welcome back to Route 7 Railway. Since the last update, I've been having a go at my first attempts at doing more detailed scenery, you know, like bushes and greenery and things like that. I found myself to feel like a bit of a fish out of water, really, because I'm not sure while I'm doing it which is going to look good or rubbish. So it's all a bit of a trial and error. So let's have a look and see what you think. I've realised that I do need some more colours to make it look a little bit better, but let's have a look and see what you think. I'll just turn you around slowly so you don't get seasick. But I've fitted the railings along the upper deck, and as you can see here, both sides have now got railings on. I'm not sure whether that looks realistic or not, but for my layout, I think it's fine. I showed you those trees earlier, but I've started putting some foliage at the bottom of them. I'm particularly pleased with doing the mould growth on the walls. I think this looks really good, and I've done it in a few areas there. They're just bringing over the wall, making the walls look not so pristine, like by that tree there along the top. On that wall there, growing the wall, I've put some willow trees hanging over. And where I see joins in the wall, I've put, if you like, the growth going over the top. Some of the growth going up the side of the telephone masts there. I've done it on this area below. I've started putting bushes on the wall as if they're growing from behind that wall, and some inside, and underneath you can just see at the back there, which I'm going to put some more different colour greens to make that look good. I've started doing it there as well, underneath in that area. Now the brown, believe it or not, all the brown is actually dried coffee grounds, and they've turned out really well, and they smell quite nice too. I PVA it, throw the coffee grounds on and hoover off the excess. Now that gives me a base of like a very earthy base look. And what I've started doing on this section here, this is more in the open air, I did the coffee grounds thing, and then I've started applying different colours of flock to give me some variety. That's not the finished look, that's like a base for everything. And I'm going to have a go at some static grass on quite a bit of this and see how that goes. And when the buildings go back, like this little one here, that's going to go in there. This is going to be another little diorama area here, yet to decide what it is. But I've got to put the trees back in, and what I'm planning to do is these trees, I use these trees, I love them, but they're an autumnal look. So what I was going to do, because it's just little dioramas, I was going to maybe make the scene around this signal box an autumnal type scene in itself. So that'd be like a self-contained seasonal thing. So we'll see how that turns out. I've took some still pictures of just this section here with the trees in to show you what it might look like as an autumnal session. These are like evergreen bushes, and these are the trees that have turned red in autumn. My next section I'm going to start doing, I've took this to bits here. I've glued the track down, and I'm going to ballast those bits of track and the sleepers in, and then decorate that up a bit better. Just to show you part of my process, I've looked on YouTube, and everybody's is different in some way. What I'm doing here, this is the outline of, if you like, the open ground, and what I'm doing is I'm spreading neat PVA over everywhere, and then I'm going to spread my coffee grounds all over that, like I've done there. That is obviously there's too much coffee on grounds on there. That'll be, when it dries, I'll hoover off the excess and do exactly what I'm doing here. And I'll do exactly the same here. This is no finesse with this, just slap it on and and hope for the best, sort of thing. But once this is done, it'll hide all the green foam and the purple foam without a problem. And because I drink quite a bit of coffee, if I need more, I'll just save the grounds as I throw them away, and I dry them in the oven, and they seem to work okay. And with the PVA, I've noticed no bleeding of any colour or anything like that into the PVA. I haven't noticed any of that. Forgive me if I'm shaking all over the place. I'm just filming this off the cuff. I wasn't actually going to do any filming today, and I thought, well, why not? So that's it all ready for the coffee grounds. And I'll just get some ready. I've got stuff all over the place here. Once I've done a bit of this, I'll have a good old tidy up. Any excess that goes into any of my ballast is not a problem. My little hoover just gets it all back up again without a problem. So I'll carry on with this part here, but you see the general idea. I'll just cover it with the coffee grounds. What doesn't stick gets hoovered back up, and that's my base colour. And you just want to hide the green foam. So that's coming on. Hi, and welcome back to Route 7 Railway. This is just a little hello to Robert from Robert's Train Set and Alan from Dragon Junction. Cheers. Robert mentioned after my last video where I showed my latest editions of the 4 Freightliner 66s that I'd like to see one of them pulling a train, because I just had them running on their own last time, and I've just set this one up now. As you can see, the Freightliner pulling the silver bullets. Show you a new addition to the fleet. At the moment, this is my pride and joy, this set of lovely silver bullet wagons. The other thing I'm doing as well, I've just put in the middle of doing these walls, I've painted them up. I've just got to paint the grey stones on the top. It's all hand engraved with individual stones laid on the top, and that's the equivalent about of a 5-foot wall. And they're going to be placed around this perimeter of this area, separating this green area from the rest, from the track. So it'll go across there like that, allowing the trains to run on this side and keeping this area separate. So that's on the go. The postman's just been and picked up a load of these. How many of them have I got? 6 or so, and they're only Chinese things, and the trunks aren't very realistic, but I can paint them, and I don't think they're bad for, and they're only about what, 5 or 6 quid, something like that, I can't remember, but cheap. I'm not going to spend a fortune on expensive single trees. I'll put together some little pictures of my diorama areas as I go along, so we can see how things are going with those. So speak to you soon.